Hello and welcome back to the Unrehearsed Podcast. It is your host, Giselle, and I am confused by this absolutely crazy weather. It is super cold. It was drizzling yesterday, and now it's super hot. I'm like literally sweating in this freaking room right now. So what is up with this Bay Area weather? I've been just honestly, I'm just confused. I'm confused about I don't know where we are. Are we in spring? Are we in summer? Are we in winter? Because it literally feels like it's overcast every morning. I don't like it. I don't like it. I had my heater. I have a jacket that I got for Christmas or winter or whatever. And it is an electric heated jacket that Matt gave me. And I love it. I had it on full blast today. I don't know. I was like freezing. I was like drinking hot tea and in like my super cozy warm jacket because it was just cold. And then now I'm like literally in like a tank, like t-shirt, it's just sweating. I can't deal. I can't deal. Like, let's just pick one. Pick one. I don't care. I don't care which direction we go. I just want it to be picked. But speaking of this uncomfortableness, part of my uncomfortableness comes from this. And for people who cannot see me, I am talking about my hair. I have the feminine urge to chop it all off. I know that I'm not the only one. Like, please, please tell me, all my ladies out there, please tell me I'm not the only one who just like literally just like one day wakes up and I'm just like, I would just love it if I could just shear all of my freaking hair off. I feel like usually in like August, I'm early this year. Usually in August, I will start to get this itch to just like, you know, just cut it all off. And I've never really been super attached to my hair. I feel like my hair has always been some like it's like a secondary accessory. Um and so I've always been like whatever. I remember when I did my very first big chop. Um it was I want to say my hair was longer than it is now. I'm actually realizing how actually long it is. It's pretty freaking long right now. But I wanna say it was a little bit longer than this, and I went in and I told the guy, like, "Give me a bob." And the guy was like, "No." He literally told me no, like, I wanna say a few times. And I was like, "No, just do it." Like, I honestly like, I don't care, just do it. Just cut it all off. Um and he really was just like, "No, I really don't." Like, he's like, "We can put layers, we can make it shorter." And I was just like, "You're not understanding. Like, I want you to like, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it." Like, so just chop it the fuck off. Um, and he eventually did listen to me and chopped it all off. And he literally, as he was doing it, was telling me like, "Oh, you everyone tells me I always have such beautiful hair." It's really gross right now, to be honest. I feel like it's so much drier and less I used to have a lot of hair, like 2 turns on a hair tie amount of hair, and well, I feel like only my ladies are gonna understand what that means. But it was just like he was like, "Oh, your hair's so beautiful." And he's just like, "Don't te if your friends ask you where you got your hair cut, like, don't tell them that I did it." I was like, "Are you like, this is just so serious." I feel like people do take hair very seriously. And I do know that, like, hair for a lot of people is like identity, right? They really put a lot of time and effort into their hair, and I wish I was one of those people. I just am not. Have always been just so, like, whatever about hair, makeup, and my clothes. I don't care. It's just and it's not that I don't care in the greater sense of, like, I just don't care. I just, like I've never bought into it enough. Like, I feel like I know who I am more than I know what to do with my hair, how to do my makeup, or how to dress. So it's like that has always just been secondary to me. And like occasionally I will like nail something, you know? Occasionally I'll be like, "Yes, this outfit is the shit." Um I did my makeup, amazing, or this hairstyle, perfect. Most of the time, that's not the case. I wish I was better at that, to be honest, because it is a piece that has been missing in my life, I wanna say, for a very long time. I have found it in little bits and pieces throughout my life, but yeah, right now, my struggle is this hair. And so let me tell you a little bit about it. For anybody who's not interested in hair, makeup, clothes, and surrounding issues, like, you might as well tune out now because this is the whole episode. This is it. So, I'm warning you now. Don't come at me later. So, I my hair is curly. You cannot tell right now because it is very dry and sad. I feel like I over deprived it of a lot of nutrients and things that are important to hair, like protein. So, I feel like my hair has been really crappy lately. I thought that going to New Orleans was gonna be like, reviving my hair because of the humidity. It did nothing. I think that it was too far gone. So, I actually ended up going to Ulta, buying myself a clarifying shampoo and then also a deep conditioner because I know I should have been doing it this whole time. I just, again, So, after one, my you could see it's kind of a little bit wavy. We're getting there. It feels a lot less like crap and straw. But it was getting to the point like before that it was like matting, literally matting underneath my like on the bottom layer, which was so annoying. Like, literally, I just in hours, in a couple of hours, all of a sudden, I'd have, like, mats underneath my hair, and it was just like, "I can't deal with this." So then I eventually broke, and then went to go buy some deep conditioner and do the things that I know I was supposed to be doing this whole time. So, it has not been doing that matting thing anymore, thank God. And I, will continue to do all the stuff that I need to do. But my hair is curly. And my ends are kind of crappy right now because they're just long and it's been a really long time since I cut my hair. But I also have been so this is the thing. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I want to say like a month or two ago, I was just dying to dye my hair. I like don't know what it is. I was just like, I just need something else. You know how Dolly Parton has a hairstyle? Like when you think of Dolly Parton, you think of her hair. Like like your image of her hair is the image of her hair. Every so people have this like signature. Some people who are amazing and beautiful and lucky, who have had and put time into their into their look, have this very like you just put those two together. Dolly Parton hair, right? And so I was like, maybe I should dye my hair. I haven't dyed my hair in a very long time. Trying to think back, I want to say it's been at least 10 years? That was a weird face. I wanna say it's been at least 10 years since I dyed my hair. It's been a very long time. I got accustomed to my hair, and I was like, "I love it. It's fine. It's beautiful. It's great." And at some point, I was just like, "You know what? I would love to just, like, try something new. Forget it. Like, let's just do something fun and just try to dye my hair a different color." Um, I just can't land on a color. But I did see this is again, inspired by my views for the week. I saw this, what is it? Honey teddy bear brown. Amazing. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. I feel like it reminds me so much of like the 2000s, like honey blondes, just like I don't, it's just that color. And I did have that color for a very long time. I was dyeing my hair constantly when I was 19, 20. But I was like, I'd really like to dye my hair. It would be nice to have something different. And then came the itch of like just deciding to just like chop it all off. So I'm still debating. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should cut it? I feel like I should cut it. I feel like it's at some point my hair gets to the point where I look older and not in a good way. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what? When I have shorter hair, I look a little bit like less dragged down to the ground. So I have been thinking about that a lot. And so, um, yeah, let me know what you think. Or let me have you guys done this big chop thing? I mean, I'm for it. I'm for it. I like, especially for summer. I hate the heat. Heat's not my thing. As I become anemic, I am less affected by the heat, but I still don't like it. And so, usually around summertime, I'm just like, all right, get rid of it. I can't deal with it anymore. Um, but I don't know. I would like also maybe my curls back. It's I feel like most people have this dilemma at least once or twice a year where they're just like, should I do something with my hair? Should I change it? Should I cut it? Should I whatever? I'm still in that phase. I mean, maybe I'll take care of my hair again and it'll be nice and curly and beautiful. At some point, it was so just beautiful, full curls, but it just takes too much effort. I just like skincare too much effort. I love skincare because I love when my skin actually looks decent. I've gotten these masks from, um, Biodance. I mean, everybody knows them. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tajma, because she was like, "Here, we use these masks." I love those masks. I put them on at night. I don't even have to think about it. I wake up in the morning, peel it off, and I move on with my day. Amazing. I love them. Speaking of Taj, this is my favorite lip gloss. It is Smooch. How cute is that? Um, she gave this to me. I wear it all the time because it again, it's just enough. It's just a little bit of something to make it just feel different. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. But like going to Ulta and buying a ton of skincare, a ton of hair products, a ton of makeup. Just can't do it. Like, I don't know where to start. I think that that's mainly what it is. There's just too many options. There's too much stuff to think about, research. I'm busy. I can't, I can't put all that time into it. I wish someone would just tell me what to do. Because that would be easier. Because it's not that I don't want to. I want to be one of you. I want to be so one of you so bad. But it's just not in me to, like, do the research and try to figure out what my skin needs. I don't know. And also, I feel like I have pretty decent skin. My parents, my mom and my mom especially, has been blessed with beautiful skin. She her skin is just gorgeous. I don't she does nothing with it. She's done and there's the lesson. She has literally done nothing with it. Her makeup routine is very basic. I have never grew up with watching my mom, like, scrub her face with, like, 7 products, Mary Kay style, and she's never done that. Not I don't think at any point in my life. Night creams, day creams, sunscreen, none of that. Like, and her makeup has always been really basic. Her like eyeliner, mascara, and like foundation, never. Never heard of it. I don't even think she owns foundation. But her like, that has always been very toned down, very simple, and that's what I learned from. And so I don't feel like I want to continue on that road, but sometimes I'm just like, it just and the end result is beautiful. And I think that sometimes I envy that, and I'm just like, "Oh, that would be so nice." I would love to just be like, my makeup routine, look at my skin, it's so glossy and amazing, and I've never have a acne breakout ever. Um, I don't know where to start. It's just too confusing. My makeup skills did get better, when I was doing dance and, like, performing and doing all of that because you just had to learn, like, how to do it. So, I mean, I'm not incapable of learning. It's just crazy and expensive. There's just too much stuff to kind of research if I'm gonna do hair, makeup, skincare, and clothes. S Pick one, right? But the, uh the makeup is what I was getting at. My makeup skills did get a lot better. And the funny thing is that I used to be in drama and, like, I was the hair makeup person at some point, and, like, I got to learn all of those things, but they were theater, right? So it's like you have, like, actual theater makeup. It's different. And instead of, like, going out and doing, nice things kind of makeup. And when I started doing dance, I kinda, like, was like, "Okay, I, kinda know where I'm going with this." At least I had some kind of a direction. But it was really funny. I was talking to total left turn. I was talking to a person at Petco, and I was buying some stuff for my dog. And the kid, I had my little Ulta bag from when I went to go get my hair stuff, and he was just like, talking about his girlfriend's makeup, and he's like, "What'd you get at Ulta?" And I was like, "Oh, just, shampoo and deep conditioner." And he said, "When I was dating my girlfriend at the very beginning, I think he was like 3 dates in, she said, 'Oh, I need to go buy some, like, makeup stuff at Sephora.'" And I already kinda just knew where this was going because the boy seemed sweet, and he was very young and very naive, and he goes, "Oh, let's go, I'll buy it for you," and I already kinda just was like, "Ooh," like, I know that one's gonna be expensive, and so he, proceeds to tell me that his, girlfriend went in, bought, like, 3 little bottles of something, and he's just like, "It was like $100, like, 100 something dollars." And he's like, "For these, like, 3 little bottles." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, things are expensive." And I was just like, "But I'm sure she didn't just blow through that, right? Like, I'm sure she still has it." He goes, "She does still have it." Like, and so, like, a lot of these things do last a long time. Like, you don't go through them, like, every I don't know, maybe people go through it every month, but, um, so it does last a while, but it is still, like, expensive, and you would need to know it, like, if it works for you or whatever. When I went in for my makeup stuff for dance, um, I had to have the lady help me. I was like, "I don't like, I'm from the generation of, what is it? Oh my god, I'm blanking now. Bare Naturals? Essentials? Bare something. You remember that, like, whole thing? They had, like, a kit, and they had a store. It was a storefront. It's Ceremony. Is it Ceremony? But Stonestown. It was Stonestown. They had that, whole store, and they had all of these things that were minerals. Their whole, like, slogan, scheme, whatever, was that you could sleep in your makeup. That's how clean our makeup is. And I remember going and I did the whole thing and I got my pack and it was all powder. Everything was powder. Which I come to find out now that is not the thing that we use now. We do not use powder. We use liquid everything. The one godsend that has been amazing in my life because I sweat like a freaking pig is setting spray. I love setting spray. Primer, setting spray, amazing. Best thing ever. I don't wipe my makeup off, um, just throughout the day because I always touch my face. I'm always like, I don't know, nervous toucher. But I've never usually don't have things on my face, so I can always just normally touch my face without worrying about it. But setting spray and like primer has been amazing. I'm so glad that that has developed into a very common thing. Um, but yeah, and so again, makeup is expensive. As far as clothes go, I feel like I don't know what aesthetic I lean to. I feel like for a big majority of my younger, I want to say like 20s ish, I feel like I started dressing like a grandma. I feel like I was dressing like a 50-year-old woman. And I don't really know where that came from. I feel like a lot of it was simplicity or wanting to be simple, but I ended up just looking old a lot of the time. So I can recycle those clothes in 20 years, but for now, I don't really know where I land. I mean, I feel like when you're 35, you start to kind of like lean into that more adulty adulthood. Like I don't feel right wearing t-shirts and hoodies. I feel like I should be wearing more. Um, but I don't know what that looks like because I also don't want to like go back to cardigans. Because I was doing cardigans. I can't do cardigans anymore. I feel like every time I put on a cardigan, I'm like, not again. Like, I'm not doing this again. Um, but the other thing that I realized is that if I get clothes from someone, I get clothes as a gift, I get clothes as a hand me down, I get clothes as a like, do you want these from a friend? I inevitably love those clothes so much more than if I buy them myself because I know I would never buy that for myself. And not because I like not that particular part's not because of the money. It's just I'm shitty at picking clothes. I feel like every time I pick clothes, I'm like, oh, this would, I guess, look nice. And then I go and put it on and I'm like, it looks horrible. Um, if it's decent, I will buy it. Most of the time, decent is very basic. T-shirts, jeans, like that is it. But I have no sense of style. And I guess again, like it's for me, all of like I am so sure of who and what I am on the inside that like my outside just doesn't necessarily reflect on me as a just like who I am. I wish it did. I wish it'd be like, this is the kind of person that I am. I just don't know what that looks like. Bodies are weird, like I feel like, that you get the extremes. I feel like sometimes you look at things and people are like, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not getting into it. My point is, my body is just kind of like, I don't know, secondary. I feel like my brain and everything that's inside matters to me more than like putting the effort into my external. But my hair is definitely one of those things that is leaning more towards I want to do something external. I don't know. It like my hair is not this dark, but I feel like on camera it looks really dark. I'm going back to this because this is just I feel like the main point of contention today is my hair. Um, but I also one thing that I don't wanna this sounds so weird, and I, like, commiserated. I don't wanna say commiserated because it wasn't miserable, but it was just, like, one thing that I was talking to somebody about that I was agreeing with wholeheartedly with her sentiment was, um, she's like, I'm not fighting my wrinkles. I'm not fighting my, like, my life on my face, I'm not it's just like, I'm not doing Botox, I'm not doing whatever, um and I was like, "I agree." Like, I feel like at this point and we've talked about this before, I feel like at this point in my life, I don't feel like I need any work. I am very content with how I look. I know what I look like. I love myself for how I look. There are people out there who are not ready to accept certain things and they wanna change it, good for you. But I am very much feeling like I wanna embrace me living and my face as it's living throughout my life. That also ties into my hair, and I will tell you why. So, I don't you're not gonna be able to see it, I don't think, in this camera. I noticed it a ton in my Ellie Odyssey video that I was editing for New Orleans. Um there is a very strong white streak on the back of my head. I've confirmed that I had it when I was 19 years old when a hairdresser told me I had, like she called it a birthmark. She thought I was psychic because it was in the back of my head in the shape of a triangle. Weird. But, she was like, "Do you know you have, like, a streak of, like, white hair in the back of your head?" And I was like, "Oh, no." She took a picture of it, and I was like, "Oh, wow." Like, that's like you could see it. It wasn't like a solid streak of white hair, but it was just like a sporadically whatever in there, in the back of my head. So that streak has gotten a lot a lot more streakier, a lot more solid in its color as, time has gone on. I've also am getting them on the sides here in the front. Um, I loved it when I was 19. I was like, "Yes, like, that is so cool," and, like, very off the wall character me, right? Um, I still love it, and I don't wanna get rid of it, and that is my only apprehension about dyeing my hair, is I don't wanna get rid of my freaking white hairs. The sentiment that we were talking about with the girl who said I'm, like, embracing my wrinkles was every white hair that I earned stressing over a loved one will remain permanently on my head forever. I am fully embracing that. Like I earned those white hairs and I want to keep them. It is a signal of a life and a signal of for me stress. of people that I loved or stress of, I don't know, planning something. It's just life. It's just life. How amazing it is. How blessed are we that we live to see wrinkles and white hairs, right? Um, but that's my only apprehension about dyeing my hair is I don't wanna solidly dye my hair because I don't wanna get rid of I don't wanna get rid of my white hairs. And then if I, like, blend them in, maybe if I, like, I don't know. We used to do balayage back in whenever. I think that was the last time that I dyed my hair was when I had a balayage. But yeah, that's kind of where I don't know, that's where I'm at. I feel like I don't know, maybe I shouldn't just dye, maybe I should just chop it. If I come back next week with a bob, just know that none of you tried hard enough to stop me. And that is the end of that. I have had so much fun talking to you this week. I hope to catch you in the next one. I love you all very much. Mwah! Stay beautiful. Love ya. Bye.